The history of architecture in New York is a rich and diverse tapestry that spans several centuries. From the early Dutch colonial settlements to the towering skyscrapers of today, the city's architectural landscape has evolved dramatically. In the 17th century, New York, then known as New Amsterdam, featured simple wooden structures built by Dutch settlers. These early buildings were functional and modest, reflecting the practical needs of the settlers. As the city grew, so did its architectural ambitions. The 18th century saw the introduction of Georgian-style buildings, characterized by their symmetry and classic proportions. This period also saw the construction of notable landmarks, such as St. Paul's Chapel. The 19th century was a time of rapid growth and transformation for New York. The advent of the Industrial Revolution brought new building materials and techniques, leading to the rise of cast-iron architecture. The iconic Flatiron Building, completed in 1902, is a prime example of this era. The early 20th century marked the beginning of the skyscraper era. The construction of the Woolworth Building in 1913 and the Chrysler Building in 1930 showcased the city's architectural innovation and ambition. These skyscrapers became symbols of New York's economic power and modernity. The mid-20th century saw the rise of modernist architecture, with its emphasis on simplicity and functionality. Notable examples include the United Nations headquarters, completed in 1952, and the Seagram Building, completed in 1958. In the latter half of the 20th century, postmodern architecture emerged as a reaction against the austerity of modernism. This period saw the construction of buildings that incorporated historical elements and playful design features, such as the AT&T Building, completed in 1984. Today, New York's architectural landscape continues to evolve. The city is home to a mix of historic landmarks and cutting-edge contemporary designs. Recent additions to the skyline include One World Trade Center, completed in 2013, and the Vessel, completed in 2019. New York's architecture is not just about buildings, it's also about the spaces between them. The city's parks, plazas, and public spaces play a crucial role in its urban fabric. Central Park, designed by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, remains a beloved green oasis in the heart of the city. The High Line, an elevated park built on a disused railway track, is another example of innovative urban design. Opened in 2009, it has become a popular destination for both locals and tourists, offering unique views of the city. Preservation efforts have also played a significant role in shaping New York's architectural history. The Landmarks Preservation Commission, established in 1965, works to protect and preserve the city's historic buildings and neighborhoods. Despite the challenges of urban development, New York has managed to retain much of its architectural heritage. The city's commitment to preservation ensures that its rich history is not lost amid the constant push for modernization. In conclusion, the history of architecture in New York is a story of continuous evolution and innovation. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global architectural capital, the city's built environment reflects its dynamic and ever-changing character. Whether it's the colonial-era buildings of Lower Manhattan, the Art Deco masterpieces of Midtown, or the sleek glass towers of Hudson Yards, New York's architecture tells the story of its past, present, and future. As the city continues to grow and change, its architecture will undoubtedly continue to inspire and captivate. The history of architecture in New York is far from complete, with each new building adding a new chapter to this ongoing narrative.